where you go, you put an impact that your intake will be an intake of a difference. I want to believe that you could be among the very biggest intakes police has ever had. And so I am here to appeal to you before I even share a few points, because first of all, you are choosing to come and join the Uganda police alone is a very, very big step that you have taken. And thank you very, very much for choosing to come and be in this uniform of authority, represent the state to ensure that whatever you do it in the national interest. I am happy and convinced that you are going to make a big difference in our country. Let me share with authority is established under Article 211 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, as amended in 1995. And its functions, the functions of police, I am sure you've been taught that, but I want to emphasize to you, because when you are in this vigorous training, where you are built to be resistant, you see, for me, if it comes to running, I run fast. If it comes to walking, I walk fast. Because I know for sure that I am meant to be a person of value addition. And I've come here to talk to you because I believe that all of you chose to come and add value in our country. Is it like that? Are you coming to add value? Yes, sir. Are we going to work together and eliminate this very last obstacle in our national development, the obstacle of corruption? Yes, sir. Wonderful. You have a duty that is, you are mandated to be the ones to protect lives and property. That is your responsibility, you and me in uniform. We have a duty to protect lives and property. We have a duty, you, now me I don't, because UPDF Act is a little different, of course, it's different from yours. Police has a duty to preserve law and order in every community, in every society that you will be. It is your duty. 1, protect lives and property. 2, preserve law and order. 3, prevention and detection of crime. Amongst the crimes is corruption. Amongst the crimes is also, should I say, maiming the lives that you're supposed to protect. Maiming, meaning to break permanently. You are coming to be part and parcel of the communities that you're going to police. You know, policing is supposed to be done in communities. I am sure these young people want to see me now, my friends in the media. The trainees will feel bad that they are not looking at the teacher. If you were the one, how long would you want a case filed against a criminal? If you put yourself in the shoes of the one reporting, assuming that that criminal has terrorized your own daughter, maybe your daughter has been defiled, maybe your mother has been murdered, how long would you want that crime to be investigated? You give me your thoughts. Hands up. How long would you want a crime of any crime to be investigated? How long? If it was your improvement in our country, if you decide now, kama mnaamua kuleta ile nite namna gani, kama mnaharibu kuleta habari mzuri kwa watu wenye tunaishi nao, kwa wazazi yetu, kwa watoto yetu, kwa nchi yetu, nyinyi mtaleta. Mnielezee nyinyi mngependa at crimes, how long can that take? Of course, maybe because you have not handled the file. Can I hear from the officers, how long would you want a crime to take to be investigated? Officers who are already working. But also, you are the ones that are going to determine. Any arm up? And because you have been sitting for some time, you're about to sleep. I'm happy. You know, the ladies, we are taking over. If you don't... Good. Yes. Jambo, jambo. Zuri. Aloza Judy.
For me, I would like that case to take...
You choose to have timelines in your heads. That once a file is before me, I will not sleep until I have done my work professionally and presented it to the courts of law. And I will be there to give good witness. Be there to be a good witness, a professional one. So what I was trying to bring out is that you need to decide in your minds. And I will keep repeating that decision determines destiny. You need to decide in your minds that you're going to be people of a different, you're going to be police officers of a difference. You're going to give yourselves timelines. You're going to investigate professionally. You're not going to take bribes. You're not going to be a pain to the people you're supposed to protect. You're not supposed to come and add trouble. You can change the name of police that has been dented by a few corrupt elements in Uganda police forces. Police is an institution that is supposed to be in charge of law and order. In many countries, you find the police is the one in charge of everything that is of importance. And so for you young officers who are here training, friends, determine from here that in the less than 2 weeks to pass out, you are going out to cause a great change. Okay?
Yes,
are you? Can we sing? Sisi wote ni jeshi. Evidence. For a matter to succeed in court, you must manage the scene of crime professionally, and how you collect that evidence is important. Always rush to the scene, but don't tamper with evidence and professionally. There, of course, for you will be allocated to different departments, but those of you who will be in CID, please learn how to manage the scene of crime, the so-called scene of crime police. Scene of crime officers must ensure that the way they collect evidence does not kill the case. Evidence collection is very, very important. File compilation is also very important. How you compile your files. Because if you don't do it professionally, then your investigation will not help a case to go forward. Then we shall not eliminate the corrupt. But if you choose to be professional in everything you do, surely you will cause a great difference. And I'm happy that you are all young. Of course, had you not been young, you wouldn't mind. Wherever you're going to be in your police stations, police posts, and offices, wherever you will be, always have empathy for the complainants. Put yourselves in the shoes of those that report to you. Ask yourself, what if I was the one? What if it was my child who has been robbed of everything that was supposed to take him or her to school? What if it was my mother who you sent to the hospital and you find that the hospital staff have already stolen all the medicine? So when you are investigating a case, always know that that case can have a direct impact on you, yourself, but also on the people you're supposed to protect. If you are investigating a case like of drug theft, a police officer must be nationalistic, love for the country. You must be patriots. You must put your country first. Know that, again, I will keep reminding you that the police uniform you are already putting on is a symbol of authority and it represents the state. Please represent the state in a professional manner. Represent the state in a way that is adding value to yourself, to your family, to your community, and to the nation. Be nationalistic, be patriotic, be disciplined, be productive, and of good character. That's what a police officer, that's what a police person, a police officer must be. Tell me, what have I said? I'm supposed to be. What should a police officer be? Is an obstacle that has delayed our country to reach the first class, because our country is well endowed with all resources, everything. Ugandans are good people, you are wonderful people. But corruption has entered in the minds of everybody, that to the extent that they now institutionalize it. It's like when giving a bribe is okay. But friends, let me tell you, once you solicit and finally receive, soliciting alone is a crime, but receiving is worse. So the giver and the taker are both corrupt. Us who have already been tasked by our commander-in-chief and the president, we are going to come for anyone without fear of favor. We already have 39 police officers in the courts of law. These officers you have seen here, they arrest their colleagues. So me, I don't have any power to arrest. Mine is coordinate, and I have my constitutional duty. But the duty of detecting crime, preventing it, and also arresting the ones that are already criminals is in the hands of police. So these ones you have seen who already proved themselves that they are going
The work effective apart from being incriminated as suspects before the corruption is being committed.
right. Protection, prevention. Yes. PPC Casada Johnson. The lady, what was her name? Smart lady. Sorry, I didn't. PPC Namara Perus is asking what are the preventive measures are we putting in place to stop people? Is the state putting in place?
Sir, we talked about the other question of how long do you need a criminal case to be investigated?
Yes.
And sir, you went ahead and told us that you yourself, you make a decision and set a timeline.
Yes.
Sir, provided I'm handling a certain criminal case, I'm investigating. So I wanted to know, am I given a deadline or not?
I give deadlines, and that's how the detective police officers have been efficient. Mine, I say, this case, given its magnitude, in less than a month, 3 weeks, conclude it. How you do it is yours, because you are trained to do it. Yes. Oh, yes, we have.
Jambo. I'm number 73135 PPC Besige Victor. Afande, me, I would like to know whether in your office you have some toll-free numbers, such that in case one is in need of help or service can access you.
PPC Besige. Very good. I am happy that in training here, they keep you here, Data House Anti-Corruption Unit. It operates 24 hours, 7 days. It never stops receiving. We receive over 200 complaints per day, and we are a rapid response unit. And again, I am proud that we have reports are protected. Again, you are the ones supposed to protect all civilians. So there isn't a clear law yet. Currently, there is no passed law of whistleblower protection, but it is our duty, us that are involved in investigating the crimes, and in particular police detectives, to ensure that whistleblowers are not harmed by criminals or the corrupt. So you have to use your professionalism to ensure that whistleblowers are protected. Don't expose them. At Anti-Corruption, we need to ensure that our informers, our whistleblowers are not exposed, and we have not had any bad incident where a whistleblower has been badly victimized. So there is no law, but it is our duty.
When there are
investigating an allegation, there is no equal punishment for the crime that a person has committed. Like someone has stolen over 300 million, but in most cases is granted a bail within a short time of 2 weeks. So in these cases, police are blamed majorly for such laws. It was my request now, if through your office, that some of the laws have to be amended such that these criminals are handled properly, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
We have been lucky to interact with 5,202 police trainees at Kabali in Masindi, and our emphasis has been that it is time for the police to correct the dented image of police in the public. We have agreed with their leaders, and I'm grateful to the IGP and the entire police leadership for giving us an opportunity to interact with these many police trainees that are soon passing out to start policing communities. Our emphasis today, or my emphasis in my interaction with these 5,000 trainees, has been that they must be empathetic to those that report to them, given that us in security forces, our first obligation is to ensure that citizens are protected with their properties, protecting lives and properties. We have to ensure that we work with civilian authorities to protect, to prevent crime, which includes corruption. Of course, among the many crimes is corruption that is rampant. And my emphasis today has been that corruption is the last obstacle to national development. And we've agreed that they have to go out determined to be great agents of national development by ensuring law and order, by being empathetic to the people that they are going to police. So it's been a great interaction today at Kabali Masindi. We have all agreed that corruption is a moral issue, that they have to start by making a decision before they go out, that they are going to be a police or police officers of a difference. They are going to correct the dented image of police, and I emphasize that it is not about the police as an institution. It's about the wrong elements in police that have dented the image of police to be had like it is the most corrupt or the worst institution. Yet it should be the best, because police is supposed to enforce law and order. It is supposed to live with the people, work with them. All of us in security forces are supposed to work closely with civilian authorities to ensure that there is law and order, to ensure that there is no corruption, because corruption deters development. And so I emphasized the fact that we all must promote love for our country without being selfish to our personal interests. We must push national interests and maybe Pan-Africanism.
If I'm not mistaken, in your mentorship speech, you were talking about the total number of police.
I don't want to be here talking about those we have charged. I was cautioning these police trainees that we have a number of police officers that have been investigated by their colleague police detectives, and that we have them in courts of law, because no one is above the law. And I cautioned these police officers not to be part of the problem, but to be problem solvers. Don't agree that because anyone is poorly paid is the reason for them being corrupt. No, corruption is a moral issue. It's not about how much you earn or how much you have. We have seen very many rich people who are corrupt. They have everything to facilitate their activities, but they are still stealing the little that the poor people have. So I don't agree that, for example, traffic police officers are taking, some of the traffic police officers take bribes because they are poorly paid. No, it is a moral issue, and not being corrupt is a decision. It's a personal decision. You have to choose not to be corrupt. You have to choose to be a person of a difference. You have to choose to add value, not to extort. We've all heard that when you're taking, for example, you are asking money for government drugs in a hospital, you're actually extorting. It is more than a crime. You're extorting from the people you're supposed to serve using government or national resources. So corruption is not caused by need. It is a moral issue. And it is one's decision not to be corrupt. It cannot be taught in any school. It's one's decision. It is the mentorship one has from home, through school, and the community around them. And it has to start with everyone at whatever level, in homes, schools, communities, and finally at the topmost level. Olwaleero tubadde Kabalye training school eya poliisi Masindi nga twogeraganyamu ne abapoliisi abali kumpi kumala omusomo gwabwe, babadde mu training okuva mu mwezi ogwa December. Tukiriziganyiza nti tulina okuteeka okwagala ensi yaffe mu maaso, omutali kweyagaliza, okulaba nga baliwo abapoliisi abo okuweereza abanansi, obutalya nguzi, obutaba balyake. Tulina okulaba nga tusaze mbayitiddemu mu ebyo forms of corruption. Forms of corruption simanyi bwe nkiyita mu Luganda, naye nga tumenye emitendera. Emitendera gy'okulya enguzi ngiyiseemu, nembawa kyenandise warning, nembalabula obutabeera mu abo already be tulina mu kkooti z'amateeka. Naze n'abapoliisi bannaabwe abalaze obwesigwa, abatuta abagaga mu makooti, nabalaze poliisi detective omu, sergeant yakwata omulyake yali agenda kumuwa $3,000 amuleke aleme kumutwala mu kooti, naye yamutwala ate nga sergeant ne sente zasasulwa teziwera na kakadde kamu, tekawera, naye yaleko buno zine $3,000 egiyita na $1,100,000 n'omusobo. Yamutwala mu kooti n'anunula ensimbi z'omusolo kumpi obukadde 8 ne zidizibwayo mu nsawo ya gavumenti. So tubadde wano nga tulabula nti bano abapoliisi mu bungi bwabwe, ne twebaza abakulembeze baffe okusomesa abapoliisi bano abanaafuluma ne bateekako enjawulo. Tubasabye okubeera ab'enjawulo n'okulongoosa erinnya lya poliisi olw'okuba ligenze lyonooneka bulijjo, okula ekigambo poliisi abantu bakitwalamu ti poliisi oba kitegeeza bulyake. So tukiriziganyiza nti mu poliisi mukyalimu abo abakola obulungi, abatalya nguzi, abatali balyake. Naze n'abo betukola nabo ne basomesako bannaabwe, ate ne babalabula nti bo tebajja kubaleka bwe banaabasanga mu kulya enguzi oba mu byobulyake byonna bajja kubakwata. So nebaziza nnyo abakulu ba Kabalye Training School e Masindi okutuwa omukisa, kubanga tukolagana ne poliisi, anti-corruption unity, emisango gyonna gye tukolako poliisi yeginoonyerezaako ne DPP n'agiwoza. So mbasomeseza nga bwe tunaakolagana obulungi, ate nzikiriza nti waliwo kyebakute mu ebyo bye twogeddeko.
Waliwo agamba nti ensasula embi abasirikale gye basasula yemu ku nsonga ebaleetera okwendiganya nazo.
Sikiriza nti okusasulwa obubi kireetera omuntu okulya enguzi, kubanga tulabye abagagga balina ssente ennyingi ennyo ate be babba n'ebintu oba obusente bw'abanaku be bababonyabonya abamu si bonna. So nze sikiriza nti okusasulwa obubi kyekiviirako omuntu okusaba oba okulya enguzi. Okulya enguzi kiri moral, kintu kya moral authority kiva mu mutima oba n'omu mutwe gw'omuntu. Osalawo obusazi sijja kubeera mu abo abali enguzi, nze nja kukola ekituufu, Katonda ajja kumpa omukisa. So bo nabasabye nti bakole ekituufu, Katonda ajja kubasasula byonna bye beetaaga, ajja kubibawa byonna bye beetaaga. Tewaliwo okugamba nti olw'okuba olina omusaala omutono kyekikubbisa oba mubbi oba mu kuzaalibwa oba bakulera bubi oba wakula bubi, si kusasulwa nedda. Kubanga mbalazeyo mu poliisi oyo eyakwata omugagga yali alina esente ezandibadde. I told you about a police sergeant, a detective sergeant of police who arrested a gentleman that was ready to bribe him with $30,000, which is over 100 million. But he arraigned the man in courts of law and saved close to 800 million shillings. It was taken back to a consolidated fund in Treasury. So, okusasula obubi si kirisa enguzi.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Sit down. Jambo. 1 month to ensure that a police file, it is the investigation that determines the case judgment. But you're right, you need to compile the file with some time to get all the evidence. But I think that a month is long because there are many crimes. If you can collect evidence, and I'll talk about that